I think we're gone. The economy is destroyed. We've destroyed one of the greatest economies in world history. That's what Records and I write about, is that we're not just messing with money, we're messing with world history right now. And if, he talks about there is something that happens every 1,500 years, I forget now. We're on it. We're on it right now. We're on it. And so this could be the biggest collapse, be a collapse of the Roman Empire, collapse of the Chinese Empire, the English Empire. So we're messing with history now, but we're messing it through this stuff and this stuff. Throughout history, the Roman Empire came down when they started, putting copper into their coins. That's called Gresham's law. Bad money went into hiding good money went into hiding when bad money entered the system. So, Danielle, this is unprecedented. How much fake money they're pushing into the system. It's unprecedented. So I wouldn't be worried about the price of gold and silver or Bitcoin. I flew for the U.S. Marine Corps. I went down 3 times, prepared to crash. Exactly it. You buy low, you sell high. But all these idiots buy high and then whine. I think it's funny. And it's not Bitcoin. It's any investment in the world. So I just wait for the crash, and that's how you get rich. And then everybody complains. So that's why I say it's booms, busts, or mania. We're hitting mania right now. And our school teachers are still telling kids, oh, this is someday the government will pay you $10 million. That's how stupid school teachers are. My whole family are school teachers. They all save this garbage. They save this garbage. And I keep telling them, why don't you buy one of these? Oh, no, I want one of these.
Right.
The problem isn't gold, silver, Bitcoin. The problem is stupid school teachers telling kids to save this garbage. The story of Rich Dad, Poor Dad is a story of a Marxist versus a capitalist. That's the story. So my poor dad always said, he says he wanted me to join the labor union because he was the head of the teachers union. And it was Marx who said, workers of the world unite. You have nothing to lose but your chains. It was Stalin who said, if you want to destroy capitalism, raise taxes. And it was Lenin who says, if you want to destroy capitalism, debauch the currency, exact words. And that's what happened in 1971 when Nixon made this toilet paper. And our schools are still telling our kids, oh, save toilet paper, work for toilet paper, and pay toilet paper taxes. And that's why it goes back to this book here, The Creature from Jekyll Island. In 1913, the Fed was created. It's not federal, it's not reserve, there's no reserve, it's not a bank, but it also created the Internal Revenue Service so they could collect the taxes. And so Biden today is raising taxes and they're printing money. And the stupid school teachers are still telling you, oh, this is toilet paper, you should work hard for it. That's not financial education. So all I say is, I tell kids, I said, why don't you just buy this? It's just $30, silver coin, if you can find it.
If you can find it these days, exactly.
Better. It's safer than Bitcoin. They go, no, it's not. And they want to argue with me. I said, well, what on? So they sound like Peter Schiff.
It's safer than Bitcoin, you say, because what we've seen with Bitcoin is that security issues are coming up now, right? Can your Bitcoin be taken away? Can people access?
Yes, it can. Man, last night I was having dinner with a friend of mine. She lost everything. I didn't understand how she stored it, but she's upset. She had 700,000 in it. Well, it wasn't her. It was fake money anyway. But she said, now I'm broke. Somebody took her wallet or something, and she can't find it. So she went to the Phoenix Police Department, and they said, what? You want us to look for a piece of electronic money?
Before we continue, help us by smashing that YouTube like button and subscribe now to this channel. This shows the algorithm that you value the information, and it helps us spread this message. Sharing is caring. Please like and subscribe now. Thank you. And now let's continue.
Absolute truth. That was last night. I'm talking to her. She's crying her eyes out. She said, now what do I do? I said, I don't know. You should have bought some silver. Again, the real problem is the Fed, the Treasury, Biden, and Wall Street. Because they all work together. The question is, when you step back and look at it, if we don't have inflation, we have depression. So they're terrified right now. They have got to do everything possible to pump as much money in to keep this fake balloon floating. That's why it's booms, busts, or mania. So there's trying to keep this hot air balloon in the sky. If there is deflation, this thing comes down. So they're pumping as much hot air into this balloon as possible. So is there going to be inflation? Well, think about it this way. If there isn't, it's what Records has been calling for, the biggest depression in history. But it depends on which economist you talk to. So, and the guy I like the most is Lacey Hunt. He said Lacey Hunt, he's at the Dallas Fed, I think. He says inflation is transitory. So they pump money in and it escapes. They pump money in and it escapes. I think Lacey Hunt is more accurate than that con woman, Janet Yellen, you know. I can't believe how stupid she is. Or this guy Powell. So they're going to keep pumping money in. So they have to keep pumping more money in. And the tear gets bigger in the balloon. So I flew for the U.S. Marine Corps. I went down 3 times, prepared to crash. That's why I'm buying this stuff. It's one of the saddest things I see is that in psychology, it's called an expeller. An expeller is like, let's say I'm 400 pounds and somebody comes up to me and says, Robert, you should go on a diet and exercise. I'll go, I know, don't tell me that. I expel it. I want to deny the message. So what poor people do is they expel wealth. They say, I'm not interested in money. You think, the rich are greedy. Capitalists are sensitive bitches. That's an expeller. That is a poor person speaking. And every time I hear that, I go, this person doesn't have a prayer. That's like telling a fat guy eating a piece of pizza, I'd put that pizza down. Don't tell me that. I know that. The words are, I know. They already know because their being is a fat being or their being is a poor being. And the psychologist, that's the word, they'll just expel the thought. So when I was having this conversation, I have a trainer at the gym, and she was saying, I said, what kind of man are you looking for? She says, I can't find any men. I said, well, there's plenty in this gym. So I said, what are you looking for? She says, I want 6-inch biceps and pecs and all this. I said, no, what's inside his head? Well, I don't care. I said, I would care more about what's inside his head than how big his biceps are. I said, why don't you find out what they think about money? I'm not interested in money. And at that moment, I knew she was probably going to marry some bodybuilder who's broke like her.